guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of some of the best barbecue around.
Midwest best, baby. They got Uno wings. They got G-Funk. They got CTB wings. They got delicious chili. Dude, it is awesome. Go check out Midwest Best.
I make myself hungry every time I see that little drop there because I need to get back out there. I should go out there this weekend, but it didn't happen. I probably should have because my wife and daughter were gone all weekend. I was at the house by myself and I didn't go. I was lazy. Anyway, don't be lazy like I was. Go out to Midwest Best. Go check it out. What's up, everybody who's watching the show? I'm live streaming. Oh, wait, let me do this first real quick. I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down here. It's the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know what? I wear it almost every single day. Jackpot Joey's the best quarterback in the league. Portion of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Foundation. So you not only wear cool stuff, you're also supporting Joe and his project of what he cares about. So make sure you check out jackpotjoey9.com. Get the hoodies, get the hats. Who knows? We made Corey Dillon. Corey Dillon's wearing it. He's got the hat on in the picture there. By the way, shout out to my dude, Corey. Fucking love that dude. Him and Arlette are awesome. They sent me this picture. I got a picture today. I think Cap is going to get one. I don't know if he's got one yet. I have to ask him. If he did, it's in the mail. Greg got one. Chop got one. So Matty Myers got one. So I appreciate Corey and Arlette. It's an awesome gesture. It's a sign. It's on a canvas picture. It's freaking cool. So I really appreciate that. What's up to everybody who's watching? Do me a favor. Hit those thumbs up. Hit the shares. I am live streaming on ZTV Online, YouTube, Facebook, X. Also, if you're listening to it on the podcast, what's up? It's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. I'm also live streaming on Rumble. All right, we got some news and notes of the day with the Reds. We got some stuff with Eric Bieniemy. We got the Super Bowl coming up. But let's get to the man with the plan who always shows up for me. Love this dude. He is Bengals Captain. Woo, look at that picture. There you go. Yep, you got it too.
Man, I got it. I'm always a little bit emotional. I got a little emotional. Like,
dude, that's awesome.
What a cool dude. Like, so first of all, exactly.
I did autograph too. It's awesome.
I mean, so it's just one of those things, if you're friends with an athlete, alum, active, whatever, autographs are awesome. Like, I know some people feel weird about that, but no. You want to come to my home and sign my wall, and I will love it. Absolutely amazing gesture. Like this is a type of gift that a friend gives another friend.
Right, and that we didn't even ask for this. I mean, it's just freaking cool, dude. I mean, it's I was blown away by it. I'm
shocked.
I'm like, I was like, wow. Like, this is really cool. I tell people, and you and me can say this, Corey Dillon and Arlette are legitimately our friends. And that's what it still blows my freaking mind to this day. Now, for all of you who's trying to wait for Corey's not going to be on today. He had another appointment that he had to take care of. So, unfortunately, Corey will not be on today, but he will be on tomorrow. So, but like I say, it's pretty cool that we're legit friends with these people. And I'm like, and they have no reason to be friends with us. We're just two dorks who like the Bengals,
And I'll kind of preface that with to anyone watching or to anyone not around the group, whatever, you don't act like that around them. It's like, of course, people would want to be friends with us because we're fun to hang out with.
Well, duh, we're awesome.
It's just in the scope of the show and talking to people who are Bengals fans, and we're talking about a Bengals legend. It's
Ring of Honor member. They should be.
It's a little wild. It's great though because I've been friends with other players, things like that. It's just how difficult this is for him being out in California, for whatever history at one point, people being disgruntled and and upset, and how all of this has, kind of come full circle to now I've got a little canvas that I'm going to cherish forever. You're going to cherish forever.
Oh, it's staying right there.
What a cool get. Like, that's a dude getting another dude something cool.
Yeah, it's my dude. I like it.
Man. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Arlette.
Exactly. Thank you very much. So we did have some Reds news today. The Reds signed Josh Harrison, who is a Cincinnati native, a Bearcat, to a non-roster invitee to training camp. He's a guy that I remember had a really good season, or a really start to his career with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he actually signed his big contract extension with the Pirates in Cincinnati. So he's a dude that I've always thought it'd be cool to get back to Cincinnati and put in the Reds uniform. So it's kind of cool. I don't know if he's going to make the team or not. I mean, he's a non-roster invitee to training camp or spring training. That's cool. And then, Cal, I think I'm shocked by this. Last 3 or 4 years, there's one coaching name that we've seen out there that we keep waiting for him to get a job, waiting for him to move up to get a head coaching job, and it's Eric Bieniemy. He left the Kansas City Chiefs to go to Washington to show what he can do, get out from under the thumbnail or whatever of the Chiefs, and now it looks like he's not coming back to be the offensive coordinator there. He's not even getting. I don't even know if he's even got interviewed for these head coaching jobs, and I'm kind of surprised by this.
I don't know. People who know him now like him, but we've talked about it a couple times. I don't know how he interviews, and some of these teams that interview, especially for a head coach,
right?
That interview process is everything, because it's funny to me, as much as people have talked about their disdain for Coach Taylor, it's very evident what the team saw in him, because now we see Callahan, pushed to tears in his press conference, showing the love for all of these people, showing all this love for Zach and the culture he built and the team that he has, and all of the offensive minds that now he has his own coaching tree already, which is kind of wild to me. And that interview went a long way. Now, we've heard that Bieniemy, rumor has it that he doesn't interview well. And I've heard, the little stuff, it's not little, but, way in the past, some of the drama in his past, but it's like, okay, he's here now. Now, what I was eyeing is he really, but me, execution is king.
Right.
Execution is king. You cannot play call your way out of bad execution, but you can execute your way out of a bad play call.
Right.
Like, it's just a fact. And all the people talk about Mike McDaniels, 70 points against Denver. They're in Cancun chilling with us. Literally, there's fun wrinkles. I like motion. I like, some of the complexity, but you know what? Some teams aren't good at pulling off the complexity. So
right.
The coaches, every coach in the NFL sees the motion, every single one of them. Some of them don't do it for a good reason. Some of them don't do it for a bad reason, but it is what it is. So I'm watching in Washington.
Do a little heart thing for Arlette.
Yeah.
See, it's right here. See it, Arlette? I love it.
So that meant the world to me. I appreciate that.
Black got one too. Oh, cool.
I got to text Means.
Yeah,
that's
I got to
great.
because I'm trying to get him on the show too. And I know he's a busy dude, so I try not to blow his phone up. I'm trying to get him on the show too. Because if you guys have not what the Black Owned, go down there and buy some stuff, because he's got some cool ass jackets, track suits, all kinds of stuff. I got that Black Owned Bengals jacket that I wear. It's a reversal one. Same one Corey's. Corey have it on in this picture? No, he don't have it on, but he was wearing it that day. But yeah, it's really cool here. So yeah.
But yeah, to finish. Yeah, I know I'm talking forever, but I was watching Washington. It's like, okay, can he do it? And when you look at it, I don't know if the offense was that impressive. And when people say it wasn't, it was because of the QB. But then when it was, like, every now and then when he would blow up, then it was all Bieniemy. I'm like, that's not how this works.
Right.
Everybody wants things to be so true, and it's nothing against Bieniemy. I feel that way about Mike McDaniels. I feel that way about, you name whatever hot Joe Brady. Every Bengals fan talks about Joe Brady.
Yep.
But it's like, okay, what has he actually done when you've got your players? If it's got to be coaching your players up to execute, then fine, you've got me. But I don't know that anyone is just a trash play caller or designer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, there are some that are better than others.
Dude,
but
it also depends on, you can be a great play caller, but like you said, if you don't have the execution and you don't have the players, it doesn't matter. If they don't execute it right, or you don't have great players or a great quarterback, you got to, I don't care what anybody says, you got to have the freaking quarterback. You ain't got the quarterback, you're not going to have much. I mean, you can do it, but everything else has got to be perfect. But that's the thing here. I'll get some of the stuff here. Ken here, blowing it up here. He goes, Zach Taylor, good head coach, just that he's a little stubborn by not changing the game plan.
He changes the game plan all the time.
I don't get that. He changes the game plan all the time. Like,
there was a Mina Kimes.
Yeah,
Mina Kimes had a interview with, I can't remember who it was. They were talking about Callahan, and they were talking about the fact that they changed the game plan in mid game, basically.
Well, they had to change it from quarterback to quarterback too. I mean, so they do change it. Everybody's the big thing is Ken's on here going running game and two back set and all that stuff. I get it. I'm not saying that's not a good idea. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying that Zach Taylor does change, and this team, no matter what, is never going to be a pound it team every single game. That's not going to happen. That's when you have Joe Burrow, you have T. Higgins, you have Jamar Chase, you're going to be throw first. And sorry, but it's worked the last couple of years. Then you say, well, it didn't work this year. We were injured. Joe Burrow never played a fully healthy game in a game versus an AFC North team. None.
Yep.
His last pass was the go-ahead touchdown against the Ratbirds. I mean, then he hurt his wrist pop. I mean, so, yes, and I've said this a million times, we need more explosive plays from the running game. I'll say that, and I think that could be Chase Brown. I would like them to add somebody else. Maybe it is doing a two-back. I don't know, but we're never going to be a big, pound the rock. That's not going to happen. Everybody's like,
we will
see North football, but we've won the division the last couple of years without doing that. But
we are built to win.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we are built to win. That anybody saying otherwise, that's a myth. But we will be that team when those pieces come together. Right now, I don't know the exact reason. I know we've talked about this. Like Mixon still got it. I'm hoping it just eventually he's not going to have it. I don't know when that is. I'm going to hate when that comes. I hate even talking about it. I don't have it. I haven't had it for a long time.
to be honest, Cap, I liked it when they were using Chase Brown more, and he was more of, I won't even say the featured back, but they were using, I won't say Corrigan. They were using Mixon on short yardage, straight line things. That's where I think Mixon is still good at. He can do that. The thing is, Ken's on here is like, you got to run the ball. I know you got to run the ball. I never said you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're not going to run the ball. Yes, you have to run the ball. But with this offense, they need to design it more, and this is what it is designed to do, is to have more explosive plays in the running game where you're making a play and you're getting, 5 to 7 yards instead of 2 to 4 yards a game, or you're getting a screen pass like Chase Brown got, and you're running 22 miles an hour and you're taking it to the house. That's what this offense is designed to do. And it's not designed to run the ball 500 times and get, 2 to 4 yards every time. Yes, I want you to gain something every time, but it's never going to be the old school running. I don't think that's the way this offense is designed to run. Look at the 49ers. Everybody says Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey catches the ball a lot. Debo, they run him out of the backfield a lot. They do different stuff. And they don't just turn and hand the ball off.
And McCaffrey, so I'm not making a comparison. It's just something that I've noted about McCaffrey. McCaffrey works out every offseason to get stronger and faster. Mm-hmm. Not every player does that. Not every player. I mean, you look at I'm sorry, Antonio Brown. Crazy as all get out, but the man constantly worked in the offseason. Those players, and if he wasn't crazy, he would have been special for a lot, longer. McCaffrey, his combination of strength, speed, agility. I mean, he's a freak, and those short yardage passes that are taken to the house. I mean, that's an extension of the running game. Everybody forgets those short, quick passes are now an extension of the running game. So if you can't just rattle off 20 yards up the middle, they're there, but you still have to try to do that. So every now and then we'll see.
I'm not saying abandon the run or anything. I'm not saying that. And yes, I do think we have to have more balanced. I do.
But other fans will sit there and bitch when it's 2 yards of carry up the middle. He's like, why are we even trying up the middle? 3rd and 1, and we haven't run up the middle well all the game, because you have to keep the defense honest.
Right, you have to do that.
One side hates it, one side hates something else, one side hates everything.
All I'm saying is that two-back offense, and who knows, maybe they'll change it, but they don't do that, and that is a thing that teams are doing.
Who do you take off the field if you've got a two-back offense? Who do you take off the field? That's the biggest problem.
All right, Bengals are 32nd in rushing. The Chiefs and 49ers, good running teams and can pass the ball much more balanced than the Bengals. I agree with that. And that's kind of where I'm saying is
this year, though.
Yeah,
we're 32nd this year because of all the injuries.
Right. Last year we were last 2 years we went to the Super Bowl AFC Championship game. We were more balanced.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm saying is if you look back at the 2 years before us, we had more explosive plays in the running game. And there were games that they just determined. And I remember the Vegas game 2 years ago. I think that you were at. Cap, I think you were at that game where Zach was determined to run the ball down their throat, and it took a while. I got to the point, I'm like, dude, throw it. But finally, eventually, the dam broke, and it went through. So, this whole thing that we aren't a running team, we're not built for the AFC North, drives me nuts. We are. We had a lot of injuries this year. This year just wasn't our year. And, I think we need to add to the room, obviously. But like Cap said, if you do a two-back offense, who are you taking out? Who are you taking off the field? That's the point I don't get.
Keith, if Blake Corum was 4th round, that would be one of the guys that a lot of people will start pounding the table.
What school did he go to?
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay, I know who that is.
Granted, we're getting a little too many Michigan players.
No, I'll be down for that. I can totally see us drafting running back at 6th, 7th round. I can totally see that.
But you know what? If somebody falls to a 4th who looks like they could be dominant, I have no problem. We are built. We're a great team when healthy, just like every other team needs to be healthy. We're a great team when healthy. We have the luxury of being able to 4th round pick running back. We don't really need running back, but go ahead. Great. Do it. If it's going to potentially be a home run, absolutely.
Ken here says, I got a better pick. Round 5. Dillon Hoker. Oh, yeah. Tight end from Colorado State. He can line up in the slot and fullback and double outside. That's good. But the thing is, though, one thing people got to look at is, in my opinion, our first two picks are going to be in the trenches. I think it's going to be right tackle and then defensive tackle the first 2 rounds. Even if we do, I think we're going to sign some free agents at those positions. But I think that's going to be our 2. We got to get the trenches. We got to get a free agent at right tackle. I still would like to draft one, so maybe you move him. If that guy's ready in the year, you can move on from whoever you signed. Or you can move that guy to guard or something. You got to have more depth on the offensive line regardless. You need a right tackle. You got to have more depth there. And then I love DJ Reader. I hope to God they sign him back. But you still need somebody, I've said this for the last 2 years, to replace Larry Ogunjobi. We still haven't had that. Everybody knows I love Sweat from Texas. I would love to get him in the 2nd round. I don't know. But either way, that's where I think the first 2 rounds are going to be. It's going to be offensive line. It's going to be right tackle. If for some reason, if they're not there, if there's not a right tackle there, then obviously it'll be something different. But I think ideally it's right tackle and then defensive line. And then after that, I think you're going tight end, running back. more defensive line depth for that. So I don't think like running back, if they get one, I think it's gonna be 6th, 7th round. It's gonna be later in the round.
Yeah, it depends. Honestly, it depends on how it everything falls.
Yeah, and then what we do in free agency, that's why it's hard to talk about it in February because I have no idea what in the world we're going to do in February.
Yeah, that's why I don't do mock drafts. Like, I appreciate everybody that does, but I don't want to fall in love with anything that something happens and everything changes.
Yeah.
But yes, so the trenches, when you talk about that, you look at the 49ers have I think injuries affected their offensive line ranking this year a little bit, but they've had they've been solid in the trenches. KC, I think their offensive line still managed top 10.
Their offensive line
somebody,
is not
good. If somebody sees that, let me know. Correct me if I'm way off.
I got an argument with my buddy Joe Farsing on here. Kansas City, their interior line is good. Their tackles suck. Their tackles are not good. I've said that before. All right, Keith here. My dog needs to go outside. Of course he does. And I'm the only one here. All right, Keith says, ICE, sign the best free agent right tackle. Sign Connor Williams, Miami center. Kick Karras to guard Volson on the bench. I mean, that's an option. You could do that. I'll let you discuss
if Karras wants to do that, I'm going to ask Karras.
Because last time I talked to Ted, he likes playing center. So let me go let my dog out. I'll be back. You talk amongst yourselves.
Absolutely.
Hold on, I'm coming.
So, chat, we can continue to talk football. I've been playing video games like crazy lately. Power World I'm addicted to, and I just bought Tekken 8. I'm an old school Tekken 1 arcade player. Used to love Eddie Gordo. So if y'all want to talk video games, you can talk video games too. All right. Way to see who you lose in free agency, then the draft. Yeah. Dillon Johnson, running back, Washington. I do see any of the bigger schools I know because I got to watch some of the games. Obviously, we watch Washington. Let's see. Everybody always overlooks the center until you need one. We were kind of in no man's land for a while with Russell Bodine, and it's a little rough.
Are we talking centers here still?
Yeah. But Ted's played well. Ted's played extremely well. Now, if a stud is there that we can groom behind, and we reach out to Ted and let him know, and we've got a plan of succession,
right?
I think Ted could retire and stay in Cincinnati. I know he's talked about the Cincy bar. The Cincy bar would go hard.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
exactly.
I might start to like beer. But Ted, every time I see Ted, he's not drinking beer; he's liquor. So, good man.
Yeah, well, I'll see him drink both, but I'm more of a beer guy. All right, Titus here. I love T. Higgins, but I want the Bengals to get some picks for T. If they decide to go that route, did we ever do that before with a player? And if we did we get anything back? I don't remember us ever tagging and trading anybody. I mean,
tag and trade, I don't think so.
No,
trade. Yeah, it's been rare. But remember,
was B.J. Hill.
This is a whole new team. We're spending every free agency, every offseason. We're spending money. Mm-hmm. We are drafting. We're looking more at relative athletic scores. We're looking at captains. If you're a freak athlete, you're a captain, and you've had some production, you're probably going to get a hard look from the Bengals. Joe Burrow's contract. Some of the details I don't think were released, but they were creative. I know for a fact they were a little creative.
Well, Joe's even said that in his press conference.
Yep.
Season press conference about signing T. He's like, there's things in place. Kind of he generalized it of where he can help out or however So they can, this is me saying that probably could defer money or something like that.
How many times have we seen, we're not big players in free agency, and lo and behold, Trey Hendrickson, DJ Reader, even BJ Hill, like trading a guy, to get a guy who is now a foundational piece. We keep doing new things that I know everybody. If you're a little upset, we should have been doing the entire time. Totally valid. But I don't think it's valid to say, and no one said it, but I don't think it's valid to say when we do hear it online that we don't do that stuff anymore. We do. We're that team. So I fully expect them to, if they can tag and find a perfect suitor, and they just know for a fact it's not going to work out. Like, they know, they've talked to the agent. If the gap is this wide, they're going to look for a way that everybody can benefit.
Right.
I'm hoping, and from what I've heard,
It's
closer to, and
hope.
man, because I want T to touch that Lombardi.
Yes,
in stripes.
In stripes, exactly, in stripes.
Yep.
Ken here says nobody will trade T if he's tagged. Now, the way this would work is if, now this has happened before because other teams have done this, not the Bengals, but if you come to agreement of, a trade, but that team says, all right, well, we want to negotiate a contract, you can then let the team negotiate a contract with T's agent. And that's how that would work if they were to trade. But yes, so yeah, nobody's going to trade for T. You're right, if he's tagged. But the way they do that is they'll let him negotiate, and they can negotiate something. Then, extension. That's how.
And I'm telling you, I know it's a big tag, but I wouldn't say that nobody would trade for him. I mean, if someone,
it depends on what we would be able to get as much. I don't think if you're only getting, because me, if I'm trading T. I'm getting a first, or at least at the worst case, second round pick. That's at the. I'm not taking anything less than that. I'll just tag him and let him play for this year. And if he can't sign him, let him walk. Which would suck.
Think about a Ram situation. Back in the day, they mortgaged everything to have referee help and get a Lombardi. You get a team right now who maybe their star wide receiver goes down, and they're that close.
Mm-hmm.
They'll trade for him.
Yeah, they could. But I mean,
if he's going to be the piece that helps them hoist a Lombardi,
to be honest, the thing I don't
want him to.
No, I don't think he's going anywhere. I mean, Zach said he doesn't think he's going anywhere. Joe says he don't think he's going anywhere. Now, that could just mean they tag him, and then after next year, it could be one and done like they did with Jesse Bates, which would suck. I hope that doesn't happen. But like you said, like you're hearing that they are close, and that's the thing with T. I'm like,
well, close is relative because the agent is difficult.
Right. That's where I think T's got to come in and say, all right,
they can get this done.
I want to stay here. Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's
they
the
can
thing
get
that T's. That's the thing in my mind. T's got to keep in mind here. He loves it here, as far as I know. If I've talked to him, he loves it here. I mean, we're not friends, not like me and Corey, but him and Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase, they go on vacation together. He's got a great relationship with Joe. I know his mom loves Cincinnati. There's things that they like here. It's like, well, if you're this close, by $1 million or $2 million, which I've never had this negotiation ever in my entire life, so I don't know what it's like. But if you're this close and you've got a chance to stay in the place you want to stay in, and catching passes from Joe Burrow because he's not going anywhere. Because everybody's like, well, Tennessee Titans like, oh, come here, play here. Which, if I was a Titans fan, heck yeah, I'd be saying the same thing. But you got to look at, you're like, oh, you got your offense coordinator there. But you got to look at who's throwing him the ball. That's a key. And talk to TJ Houshmandzadeh. If he regrets leaving Cincinnati when he was catching passes, getting 100 balls from Carson Palmer. He said yes. He said he should have left. So wide receivers got to take that into fruition because T can go there, and if he's got nobody throwing the ball, all of a sudden they can think, oh, T Higgins is washed. He's not a number one wide receiver. He's not worth the money, and they can cut him. That's the way it works. So,
it depends on the money. For me, he is that superstar talent. If I'm T, I am going for great money. Probably better guaranteed money and hopefully a longer contract.
Right.
But I don't need top money because I am investing. I'm setting up game plan for what do I want to do? You want to win the Lombardi next year, but what do I want to do when I retire? and all of the best players have that set up. I hate to bring it up. Palmer is saying like, well, I've made enough money, I can retire. Yeah, he was a jerk at the time, but he did it right.
right.
That way, no one team, no one situation held him hostage.
Right.
So he can, if he enjoys it here, and I know him, Jamar, and Boyd, they're all close. They can ride it out and then finally get that Lombardi this year.
This year, baby. All right, get back. Ken's got another one here. It's kind of interesting question we can debate here. He said, okay, let's say Chris Jones, they can sign him, but it would require letting T go. What would be best? What would be best, or what I want them to do? Two different things. T, don't kill me. What would be best probably for the team is to have Chris Jones fix that defensive line. What I want to happen is them get both of them. That's what I want to happen. Because, Mike Petraglia has been on here, Trags, and he's hinted at the chances of Chris Jones coming here, which that would be awesome. But I don't know. There's other guys in free agency you can get to. Like, who's the defensive lineman from the Ratbirds who's a free agent? You know what I'm talking about? I can't say his name. I can't think of his name. Anyway, there's other guys out there. There's other guys out there that they could sign, and they could draft. This draft is pretty full of defensive linemen that the Bengals could get. So if we don't get Chris Jones, which I don't really think we're going to, I think we'll be all right. Now, if you're saying Chris Jones or T, it's a toss-up. I'm saying Chris Jones now. Hell, tomorrow I can turn around and tell you T. So what do you think there, Cap?
So you forget, though, I think Chris Jones, I think this Super Bowl has a lot to do with his percentage chance of being in Cincinnati.
Okay.
The problem with that is I have no idea how that – like, if he wins, does he move on for a new challenge?
Right.
Or I'm leaning more toward if he loses and sees how kind of fickle their opportunities are, how everything has to align and they need that ref help, that he'll want out or he'll at least entertain coming to Cincy. And then he can further, because it's like, and this goes against keeping T for T's reasoning.
Yeah.
If Chris Jones comes to Cincinnati and he is a major reason we win a Lombardi, he can put that in that's his legacy. Right. That's huge.
Right, exactly.
So, a player going to help.
Just think you had Chris Jones.
Look at Brady.
Healthy defense, DJ Reed.
Yeah. Brady had, it's like, oh, yeah, it's because of the system and this and that. He leaves. F you guys. Buccaneers Super Bowl. Done.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. It was just like that. So, with all that said, I'm keeping T. I'm keeping T. We'll figure the defense out. I'm keeping T. What he can do. It was a weird year last year, him dealing with injuries. He had a couple of games where we're hyper focused on drops, which very uncharacteristic for him. But if Joe finds T, how Joe should find T, and he spread the ball around to Jamar, T, Tyler. Come back, Tyler. But then we got Yoshi with another year. He really
Chuck Sizzle.
Chuck Sizzle didn't have the same opportunities because of injuries, but Yoshi's one of those very, very smart guys. Like we were talking to Trent Irwin, got that brain power.
Bring Trent back, dude. Bring Trent back.
We're loaded. So
the only reason I was going the other way, and like I said, talk to me tomorrow. I'll probably switch back. But is the consistent part that was not good this year was our defense. And that even with DJ in there, our run defense wasn't that great this year. That's the part that, regardless of the injuries and everything, we got to get that fixed. So that's the reason I would lean more toward that way. Like I said, perfect world, I get all of them, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I feel like Lou's got that defense. Mike Hilton said that they kept talking about it, and it was communication. It was communication like all the time. and they knew it was communication and they knew how to fix it, but they didn't fix it.
I knocked my pitcher over. See that? My pitcher. I
What's
just knocked
that?
it over. I knocked my Corey Dillon pitcher over. Jeez.
Oh, geez.
No, it's on the floor there. It's okay.
That is your only shot at
I know.
knocking Corey over.
I know. Yeah, literally. That is it. I don't know.
Otherwise, it's not
It
happening.
ain't gonna happen. Even now, there's no. Remember we were at Midwest Best and he sets it up. I kind of tackled him and bear hugged him. Like, damn, he's like solid. I'm like, I can't even freaking move you.
Dude is living right. You know, I got a Peloton. We got a Peloton bike, and we just got the Peloton rower because they offered 0% interest. Ooh. So, dude, you get out of lifting for so long that it becomes hard to get back into it. Oh, yeah. First of all, because I feel like an absolute. I don't have my censor button, and I'm like, this sucks. To where you don't want to do it. That's enough, like upper body. I'm like, all right, now I need to start slinging weights around. But I don't know how much he lifts, but he seems like he still lifts regularly.
Yeah, he still looks like a damn football player. I'll get Keith's comment here. He said, why not offer Sue a proven deal? He's still out there.
How old is Sue?
Well, nobody did. And that's the thing. There's a reason nobody offered him anything. So he didn't play football at all this year. So, I mean, that to me, that's why. Because nobody did. So somebody knows something, you know. I don't know. But
I mean, he's
T.
up
Brooks
there.
here says Peloton bike is a hydro rider.
Oh yeah, so T. Brookie's got a Peloton bike, but a hydro rower. It's
okay, thank you.
Those are nice too. I just didn't want to. We were already in the ecosystem. I didn't want to have to pay another subscription. So, but I do like those hydro rowers. Those are sweet, and I think. Hydro, I think one of them comes in orange. You can get a rower in orange. I was really jealous.
Jackpot Joey says Arlette just confirmed at the golf outing.
Here we go.
I told you Corey was coming a while ago. I knew he was coming.
But it's not official until he hears it himself. I get that.
I cannot wait. That's gonna be fun. Let's see here. All right.
Crips. God, dude.
What did Crips say?
No, put Hunter back out.
All right, let's get to Hunter.
Yeah. Don't take the man's comment off.
Wait, I'm like, what did Crips say? Dude, I got ADD. I'm like, squirrel. All right, Hunter. I love Reader, but I don't know if they should bring him back unless it's a bargain. Too many injuries need to almost redo the defensive room.
Let me use a different word, value. I like value because to me, value can be benefiting the team, but also the player. DJ Reader has done a lot for us. He deserves to get value. Bengals need value also. Now, I think knowing DJ, he's going to work himself back quickly from this latest injury. He's going to be fine. He'll probably never have another injury the rest of his career.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
But I do know we can't start setting the market for very many more people. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they can come to an agreement because I definitely want DJ back. Again,
I can totally see them getting a 1-year prove-it deal. That's what I think. I hate that for DJ, but I think that's all he's going to get from anybody, to be honest. And you're probably going to want it here where you've been the last couple of years, and they're going to draft. They're going to draft people. Even if DJ Reader is healthy, well, put it this way: if DJ Reader was healthy, we might not be able to bring him back. We might not be able to afford to bring him back. You know, so there's going to be guys there.
I told Jim I had one. It's weird. The body weight. It's just I didn't feel it. No, we've got. I keep forgetting everything today. The Power Block adjustable dumbbells, and got the extension, so up to 90 pounds per. And I got a nice bench. I'll do
Peloton,
that.
If you want to give me some money for the free plugs, I'd appreciate it. Just kidding.
The Peloton instructors are a blast.
They look like it. Man.
Yeah.
Ken here said, you're going to ask me names. Who are some defensive targets this year? I know Sweat. There's a kid from I had him. I didn't write them down. I saw the ones in the Senior Bowl. There was 2 of them in the Senior Bowl. And go back to Thursday's show. and Ian from Pro Football Network was on, and he can give you a really good list. If you missed that show last week, Thursday, he had a good list of 2 guys that he thinks the Bengals could get one of the 2 in the second round. So, the other names slip my mind right now. So, Matty says DJ loves it here, and he'll be here for less. Everybody always says that. I mean, I think he'll be here for less because he might not get anything more.
Oh, quit! He is. I guarantee you, he's going to get offers. I guarantee it. I just hope that we get the value that, I want him to benefit. I want us to benefit. I don't want it to be, record setting.
Is my voice off? I said you suck again. Voice off. What? Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking to you.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I don't
Sounds like the right mic. It's not the other mic, so
yeah,
I think you're good.
I
don't know.
Matty's been smoking too much of the big fatties. Fatty Matty's in the house.
As I sit here and act like a draft guru and search Newton defensive tackle.
Also, I'm sick. No, I'm not sick. No. Anyway.
Oh, you sound like you might have a cold. Okay.
Oh, man. No,
that's what he's saying.
Nope. No cold that I know. I feel fine. Let's see here. Stranger. You don't need a fourth down nose tackle. They don't run every down, but you still need a nose tackle. Is that what you're? And then Keith here. Durante Sweat. My concern is his weight. 365 Sweat because of that could not be a 4-down interior. Dude, I don't know what he weighs because he didn't weigh in at Senior Bowl, but did you see him move? I'm like, and that's the same thing everybody said about the right tackle from Ohio State last year because he didn't weigh in. Dwan Jones. Everybody kept saying, no, don't draft him of his weight. Browns drafted him, and he did pretty good. So I'm not so sure.
A lot of people passed him up. Mm-hmm. And like you said, everybody talked about, the way he didn't test, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Damn, I wish we would have picked him up.
Yeah, I know, me too. It'd be nice to have right now.
this is what sucks for me, and everybody doing it misses, and they miss big. Everyone across the board, but you only hear, like, especially on social media, you only hear about the big wins usually. Although I've loved Goodberry in the past, talking about his big fails too. He's good like that. But I love Raz, like somebody with insane size and athletic ability and that high ceiling.
He's quick off the ball and he just pushes people. I mean,
and I'm like, you know what? At the round that we could have got him, I'm like, yeah, but I like the guys we got in those mid rounds. Mm-hmm. It's tough. I'm glad I'm not doing it. and luckily we're close, but admittedly, to gauge it from a fan opinion standpoint, we need fans to be just thrilled with the first 3 rounds at the draft, training camp, and the first couple of games. That's who I want to draft, whatever that means. And it's a tall order because fans are fickle. Fans get angry. But Myles Murphy is going to turn into a phenomenal pass rusher. He kept getting better and better and better. It wasn't quick enough for fans. So that's why I said it that way. We cannot afford to have someone playing 10% of the snaps in the first 4 or 5 weeks. We need to go on a run. We need to be 5-0 out the gate. I don't care what order we're playing. And the draft is going to be a big reason we do or don't.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Matty here. First 4 picks should be O-line, D-line, period. I agree with that. And then Hunter, I'm with you, dude. Mims is like Dwan Jones. He's way more athletic. So I agree. I agree with you there. I'm trying to pull my own cord out there. So let's see here. Ken, good thing about Myles Murphy is he can play up and down the line. Exactly. And that's where I think they're going to use him more this year.
He's going to put more muscle on this offseason, too. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a big deal.
Because he started making some plays. No, it wasn't the big splash that we all hoped it would be right off the bat. And another guy I'll put out there, Joseph Ossai, I'm still not giving up on him because I forgot about this. Jay Morrison brought this up on my show last week that he was still recovering from his shoulder injury at the beginning of the year, going into training camp. And then he hurt something else in the last preseason game. And Lou kept saying that, well, he's recovered from injury. Maybe I believe Lou. Maybe he was just injured all year long and he just couldn't get on the field enough to make an impact. So I'm looking for a big year from Ossai because I still remember that AFC Championship game. I know everybody remembers the play at the end. But before that, he was dominating in that AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. So don't lose hope on Ossai. He still might have something there for us.
Yep. Ken said something I agree with. I'll be pissed if the Bengals do not draft for trench players rounds 1 through 4. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
The draft could break a certain way. I want to. If something happens, all the worst scenarios play out. I want to reach for trench 1 through 4 somewhere, but not reach like. Again, if we can reach where the fan base can come together and agree, because so Jackson Carman, ceiling is still there. Absolutely believe. How it's all played out blows my mind. I have no idea what's going on. It's not my job to know. Ceiling is still there. I do believe it. But I got a little bit of a tip about that. I'm not a draft guru, so it's for me to say who is not an insult. But it was going to be a shock. So I reached out to, I think it was Matt Minnick. No, it was Sands, Bengals Sands. I'm like, hey, can you start throwing out some stuff on Jackson Carman real quick? He's like, what? I said, just do it. And then we picked him. And that's why, because I wanted to try to I'll admit it. I wanted to soften some of the social media furor. And the situation is what it is today. I don't want that. If we reach, it's like, okay, this person won't be there in the next round, but where we're picking them is too high. That's fine. If we're not going to have another shot to come back around and pick them up, we got to get them. I'm thinking 2 out of 4 better be trench.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you all that. And this is the draft to do that in. Ken here said there's lots of good offensive linemen in this year's draft. For example, Cooper BB, Kansas, can play tackle, center, and guard. Okay. And that's a guy, honestly, I would like that just for depth. A guy who can play all those positions, because our depth positions they scare me a little bit. I'll put it to you that way. Now, we didn't really need them this year, which this one kills me, Cap. The last 2 years, our offensive line, or last 21, 22, our offensive line couldn't stay healthy. At the end of the year, we're playing our backups. This year, they made every start. And this is the year that Joe got hurt. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
I'm seeing Mims has 8 college games and 7 starts. Lots of injuries, which I'm not going to say Obuehi, but Obuehi's problem was apparently work ethic. As long as that's not in the high ankle sprain midway through the season.
Cody Ford will be the starter at right guard into the start of 2024. I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say that's crazy. I mean, that could be, but I don't know. You guys are blowing the chat up. I'm trying to click and the chat keeps moving. I'm trying to get it off. And
some guy says fan base isn't agreeing on nothing. But yeah, that's true. But when it gets toxic, like super toxic, I want our draft to be able to avoid that super toxic level. That to me, forget the metrics. If we're not super toxic, it's an A. I'm a simple man.
Simple man. Oh, is Cody a free agent? Cody Ford? Do you know offhand? I can't remember if he is or not.
Offhand, no. I have been. if I wasn't checked out before, like mentally on break, the Pro Bowl, I'm definitely out. I don't know if I'll
well,
watch the Super Bowl.
Did you watch Pro Bowl? Did you watch it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I actually enjoyed it. I mean, I actually thought it was pretty cool because
I do.
I mean, I like the way they broke it up, and they had the tug of war, they had the obstacle course, they had dodgeball. I like that. At least it's guys in competition, and you can see they're out there having fun and stuff. They're literally trying to win these things. It's not like they're just like in the regular Pro Bowl game. They got the part where nobody gave a crap about it, to be honest, including the players. And it was entertaining. Because I was watching the NHL All-Star game too, and they've switched it up a couple years ago and do it by different teams and stuff. It's kind of cool how they're changing these things up, and I actually like what they did with the Pro Bowl. And of course, Chase is the best. Chase was doing the Chan Johnson.
That was great.
Was awesome. I loved it. All right, Hunter here says Cody Ford is starting this year, then free agent, and draft was a failure.
Maybe I am the wrong person to talk about stuff like this because I'm always hoping that somebody reaches their potential, and Cody Ford, hey, he could turn out to be a great right tackle. But I can tell you, if we want to get that perspective, the fan base will be irate. Yeah. So, I'm just hoping to not really piss off the fan base this offseason. and I'm not talking about like a 1 or 2 day, because the beginning of free agency will probably not be a big splash signing. And our fans are going to lose their ever-loving minds, like always. And then we're going to pick up something, a piece or two the next day that's going to make a big impact in the season.
Yeah, we didn't sign anybody till, day 2 last year, I think?
I think so.
I think that's what it was. It was later. So, anyway, Cap, you've been on for 52 minutes. My wife is home, and she's going to be leaving me again here in a couple of days. So I'm going to get off here and go spend some time with her. But I appreciate you coming on as always. Corey will be on tomorrow, and I got I think he's coming on with Paul Dana Jr. We're going to have both them on tomorrow, and that is at noon tomorrow. So make sure you guys, as I always say, subscribe so you know what time it is. Cap, words of wisdom before you get the hell out of here.
I got nothing. Enjoy y'all's off season. Be safe. Have fun. Who day?
There you go. All right, guys. Go check out Cap. Go follow him. We got Reds baseball coming up soon. I'm stoked about the possibility of us getting a new arena, and the NHL commissioner talking about getting an NHL team here. I think it's awesome. I know some people are like, oh, that's never going to happen. I'm like, well, he freaking said it in a national press conference for the whole world to hear. So there's got to be something legit there. And, these people just go, oh, that's not going to happen. I'm like, why? The commissioner of the NHL is not going to just randomly throw names of cities out there if there's not something there. I have no idea if we're going to get one or not. I know they're talking about building a new arena, either down, tearing down the Coliseum. I call it the Coliseum still. Put one there, pull one over by FC Cincinnati's stadium, or down by the Hard Rock Cafe, that area. They're talking about it. Either way, there are talks happening. It might happen. I don't know. I'm excited about it. I would love to see it. We got Reds baseball come up here in a couple of days, or next week, I think 14th or 17th, I think, pitchers and catchers report. So I'm excited about that. We got a lot of cool stuff coming on. Make sure you guys this weekend go check out the best barbecue in the city.
Midwest best, baby. They got 𝐒𝐄 wings. They got G-Funk. They got CTB wings. They got delicious chili. Dude, it is awesome. Go check out Midwest best.
It is awesome. Go check them out. Hey, order before your Super Bowl party. You got Super Bowl party coming up? Order some through Midwest Best. You're not going to be disappointed. I guarantee. Thanks for watching. For everybody who's been watching, make sure you hit the subscription button, hit the thumbs up, share the show out. That's how I get a chance to grow it. I'm live on ZTV Online, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble. You follow me on Instagram, Threads, TikTok. I'll be pulling a sign off later on tonight, putting on the podcast on Beanpod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. I did tweet something out about we possibly might be starting to move the show, not the whole show, part of the show to ZTV and doing a subscription based thing there that I'm talking about doing. I might do it. I'm not going to charge it an arm and a leg, but just trying to move in a different direction. Still keep the free stuff on YouTube, but also some like exclusive stuff on ZTV or something. We might be doing that, so just keep an eye out for that. Like I said, subscribe, share. Paul Daniels on tomorrow. Corey Dillon's on tomorrow. It's going to be a great show. And throw it up. That's just sports, baby. See ya!